In a recent interview on the All In podcast, Isaacman, President Donald Trump's nominee to lead NASA, provided a candid reflection on his abrupt nomination withdrawal, shedding light on the implications of this decision for the future of the agency and the broader space community. His comments resonate deeply within a sector that is already grappling with significant challenges, including drastic budget cuts and an uncertain leadership landscape. Isaacman, a private astronaut known for his entrepreneurial ventures in space tourism, expressed disappointment following a call from the White House informing him that Trump had chosen to pursue a different direction for NASA leadership. He described the decision as a real bummer, echoing sentiments shared by many in the space community who viewed his potential leadership as a beacon of hope for NASA's ambitious goals. To see him done wrong like this is a very sordid affair, commented Eric Berger, the senior space editor at Ars Technica, who has closely followed Isaacman's journey. In the interview, Isaacman articulated his vision for NASA, emphasizing the need for the agency to return to its roots of pioneering the seemingly impossible. He criticized the current trajectory of NASA, suggesting that it has become bogged down in a lot of little tasks that could be managed by other organizations. Instead, he advocated for a focus on monumental projects such as completing lunar obligations and developing technologies that would enable human exploration of Mars. NASA's funded to do the near impossible that no one else can do, he stated, underscoring the agency's unique role in the landscape of space exploration. Isaacman was particularly vocal about the cancellation of the DRACO project, which aimed to advance nuclear thermal propulsion technology. He lamented this decision, arguing for a robust investment in nuclear electric propulsion capabilities that could revolutionize space travel. Drawing parallels to historical advancements, he noted, "We went from the atomic bomb in 1945 to laying the keel on the Nautilus in 1951. We need to be doing big, bold things." His comments reflect a deep frustration with what he perceives as a stagnation within NASA, particularly regarding the Artemis program, which he criticized as an expensive and inefficient approach to lunar missions. The timing of Isaacman's withdrawal coincided with significant political changes within the White House, including the departure of Elon Musk from his role as a special advisor. Isaacman hinted at political maneuvering behind his nomination's rescission, suggesting that he became a visible target amidst these shifts. He noted, "I want to be overwhelmingly clear, I don't fault the president," demonstrating a measured response to a situation many viewed as a significant loss for NASA. As if to compound NASA's challenges, recent budget proposals indicate a potential reduction in funding from $24.8 billion to $18.8 billion, which would bring the agency to its lowest financial level in decades when adjusted for inflation. This budgetary contraction could lead to the cancellation of over 40 scientific missions, further crippling NASA's capacity to innovate and lead in space exploration. Against this backdrop, the agency is also preparing for the Axiom mission, for a private astronaut mission to the International Space Station scheduled to launch on June 10. This mission exemplifies NASA's ongoing commitment to commercial partnerships, which it hopes will help sustain its operations and facilitate scientific research in low Earth orbit. However, the success of such initiatives may hinge on NASA's ability to navigate its current leadership void and budgetary constraints effectively. The intersection of Isaacman's insights and the looming budget cuts paints a troubling picture for NASA's future. As the agency stands at a crossroads, the loss of a visionary leader like Isaacman raises critical questions about its ability to adapt and thrive in an increasingly competitive global space landscape. The coming months will be pivotal as NASA attempts to forge ahead while grappling with internal and external pressures. With the stakes higher than ever, the space community watches closely, hopeful for a renewed focus on innovation and exploration in the face of adversity. NASA, in collaboration with Axiom Space and SpaceX, is set to launch the fourth private astronaut mission to the International Space Station (ISS), designated Axiom Mission 4. Targeted for liftoff at 8:22 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on June 10, 2025, the mission will take off from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard a new SpaceX Dragon spacecraft propelled by a Falcon 9 rocket. The crew's docking at the ISS is anticipated for approximately 12:30 p.m. on June 11. This mission marks a significant milestone not only for private spaceflight but also for international collaboration in space exploration. Peggy Whitson, a former NASA astronaut and the current director of human spaceflight at Axiom Space, will command the mission. She will be joined by Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla as pilot, with mission specialists Slas Uznansky-Wisniewski from the European Space Agency and Tibor Kapu from Hungary completing the crew. The mission is particularly notable as it fulfills a commitment between U.S. President Donald Trump and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to send the first ISRO astronaut to the ISS. In addition to this historic moment, the mission will also see astronauts from Poland and Hungary visiting the station for the first time. NASA's responsibility during the Axiom Mission 4 involves integrated operations, which encompasses the spacecraft's approach to the ISS, the crew's 2-week stay for scientific and educational activities, and the spacecraft's return. Live coverage of the launch and docking will be streamed on NASA Plus, with specific timing for various events detailed in their media advisory. This mission continues NASA's push to foster a thriving low-Earth economy, allowing the agency to engage with commercial partners to achieve its scientific objectives while focusing on ambitious projects like the Artemis missions targeting the Moon and Mars. NASA's commercial strategy provides our agency with reliable and safe services at a lower cost, explained a NASA spokesperson. This enables the agency to allocate more resources towards deep space exploration. In a related development, the ISS welcomed a new crew on March 16, 2025, with the successful docking of the Crew 10 Dragon capsule. This mission brought 4 fresh astronauts to the ISS, allowing the previous crew, which included Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams from the ill-fated Starliner mission, to prepare for their return to Earth. The Crew 10 mission, which launched on March 14, featured a smooth docking procedure and was a testament to the ongoing progress in the commercial space sector dominated by SpaceX. The Crew 10 arrival also marked a pivotal shift following the Starliner mission's challenges, which have kept Wilmore and Williams in orbit for an unexpected extended duration. Their journey began on June 5, 2024, but complications with the Starliner propulsion system led to a longer stay at the ISS than initially intended. The duo participated in various scientific endeavors while awaiting their return, which finally occurred on March 19, 2025 via the Crew 9 mission. The continued commitment to crewed missions and international partnerships in space exploration underscores a growing trend toward collaboration among nations and private enterprises. As NASA and its partners prepare for the Axiom Mission 4 and reflect on the lessons learned from the Starliner saga, the focus remains on fostering innovation and advancing human presence beyond Earth. Looking ahead, the upcoming Axiom Mission 4 and the evolving landscape of commercial spaceflight signal a promising future for international collaboration in scientific discovery and technology demonstrations, paving the way for further exploration and research endeavors in low Earth orbit and beyond. NASA and the Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO are set to embark on an innovative scientific journey with the upcoming Axiom Mission for the 4th private astronaut mission to the International Space Station. ISS, scheduled to launch on June 10, 2025 aboard a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. This mission represents a significant collaboration between 2 leading space agencies aiming to explore various biological and technological phenomena in the unique environment of microgravity. The Axiom Mission 4 will facilitate a series of groundbreaking investigations, including studies on muscle regeneration, seed growth, microalgae cultivation, the resilience of microscopic organisms, and human interaction with electronic displays in space. These diverse research initiatives reflect a growing understanding of how long-duration spaceflight can impact biological systems and technological interfaces, with potential applications for both space exploration and life on Earth. One of the critical areas of research will focus on muscle health during extended space missions. Astronauts typically experience muscle atrophy due to the lack of gravitational forces, which can lead to declines in muscle mass and functionality. The myogenesis ASRO investigation will utilize muscle stem cell cultures to analyze and enhance muscle repair processes, offering insights that could not only benefit astronauts but also individuals on Earth suffering from age-related muscle degeneration and other conditions. Understanding mitochondrial function in microgravity could lead to significant advancements in maintaining muscle health, noted a researcher involved in the project. Another intriguing study, Sprouts ASRO, aims to explore the germination and growth of nutritious seeds, specifically greengram and fenugreek, in microgravity. This research could inform future missions on how to cultivate food sources in space, enhancing sustainability during long-duration spaceflights. As one researcher emphasized, the results could revolutionize food production in space, providing essential nutrition for astronauts. In addition to plants, the mission will investigate microalgae through the Space Microalgae ASRO study. Microalgae are known for their rapid growth and high nutritional value, making them a potential food source for future space missions. Moreover, their ability to produce oxygen and consume carbon dioxide could be vital for life support systems in spacecraft. The implications of this research extend beyond space, as findings could also contribute to sustainable practices on Earth, particularly in areas such as renewable energy and carbon capture. The Voyager tardigrade ISRO investigation will examine the survival of tardigrades, microscopic organisms famously known for their resilience to extreme environments. Researchers will study how these organisms withstand the harsh conditions of space, including cosmic radiation and extreme temperatures, to understand the genetic mechanisms behind their survival. Insights gained could inform strategies for protecting astronauts during deep space missions and offer applications in biotechnology and materials science. Additionally, the Voyager Displays ASRO study aims to improve human-computer interaction in space. Research indicates that astronauts engage differently with touchscreen devices in microgravity, which can affect their performance and well-being. Understanding these differences is crucial for the design of control systems in future spacecraft, ensuring that astronauts can operate technology effectively under challenging conditions. As excitement builds for the Axiom Mission 4, the collaboration between NASA and ISRO showcases a commitment to advancing our knowledge of life in space and the technology that supports it. The outcomes of these investigations could pave the way for future space exploration, particularly as missions to Mars and beyond become increasingly feasible. Looking ahead, the insights gained from this mission could also foster advancements in terrestrial applications, enhancing our understanding of health, sustainability, and technology in everyday life. As the launch date approaches, the global community watches closely, eager to see how this mission will contribute to the future of human spaceflight and scientific discovery. In an exciting development for space research, NASA and the Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO are set to collaborate on a range of scientific investigations aboard the upcoming Axiom Mission 4. Scheduled for launch no earlier than June 10, 2025 aboard a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. This mission marks the fourth private astronaut venture to the International Space Station ISS. The studies planned for this mission promise to explore critical aspects of life in microgravity, with implications that could extend beyond space exploration. The research agenda includes several groundbreaking projects aimed at understanding how microgravity affects biological systems. One of the most significant studies, known as Myogenesis ASRO, addresses the challenge of muscle deterioration that astronauts face during long-duration spaceflights. As NASA Administrator Janity Petro highlighted, understanding muscle regeneration in space not only aids our astronauts but could also provide insights into age-related muscle loss and muscle-wasting diseases on Earth. This investigation will utilize muscle stem cell cultures to examine the muscle repair process and test chemicals that may enhance mitochondrial function, the energy-producing components of cells. Another intriguing project is the Sprouts ISRO investigation, which will analyze the germination and growth of fenugreek and greengram seeds in microgravity. These plants are commonly consumed in the Indian subcontinent and are recognized for their nutritional benefits. The insights gained could inform future food production strategies for long-duration missions, a critical factor for sustainable human presence in space. The mission will also focus on the growth of microalgae through the Space Microalgae SRO investigation. Microalgae are seen as a potential food source for astronauts due to their rapid growth and high nutrient content. Moreover, they could play a vital role in life support systems by producing oxygen and consuming carbon dioxide during space travel. Adding to the diverse array of studies, the Voyager tardigrade ISRO investigation will explore the resilience of tardigrades, tiny organisms known for their ability to survive extreme conditions. Understanding how these creatures endure the harsh environment of space may yield valuable information for protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation and other hazards. Lastly, the Voyager Displays ISRO research will examine how microgravity influences human interaction with electronic displays. This study aims to improve the design of control devices for spacecraft and habitats, enhancing astronaut comfort and operational efficiency. However, as NASA embarks on this ambitious mission, it faces significant challenges on the home front. Proposed budget cuts could reshape the agency's research focus and workforce. A recent proposal suggests cutting approximately 25% of NASA's budget and nearly a third of its workforce, impacting critical areas such as aeronautics and earth science. Senator Mark Warner, Democrat, Virginia, voiced concerns about the detrimental effects these cuts could have on innovation and local economies reliant on NASA's presence, particularly in the Hampton Roads area. In Northeast Ohio, the NASA Glenn Research Center faces a proposed reduction of about 554 jobs, which accounts for nearly 40% of its workforce. This reduction could severely hinder aeronautics research, a field that plays a crucial role in advancing technologies needed for future missions to the Moon and Mars. In light of these challenges, there is a pressing need for advocacy to preserve NASA's funding and workforce. As Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat, Virginia, pointed out, cutting NASA programs undermines our position in space and could advantage rivals like Russia and China. The proposed budget cuts not only threaten jobs but also have the potential to delay or diminish the United States' leadership in space exploration. As the Axiom Mission 4 approaches its launch date, it symbolizes both the potential for scientific advancement in space and the challenges that lie ahead for NASA. The outcomes of these investigations could pave the way for longer and more sustainable human presence in space while the agency navigates the complexities of budgetary constraints and shifting priorities. The future of space exploration may rely on how effectively NASA can balance these opposing forces in the coming years. NASA's Mars rover Curiosity is currently embarking on an exciting phase of its mission as it seeks to collect a drill sample from a geological formation known as boxwork. This endeavor, reported during Sol's 4559 and 4560 Martian days, follows a series of close-up measurements conducted on the outer edge of this intriguing geological unit. Curiosity's mission team has noted significant changes in geochemical readings, suggesting a complex mineralogical landscape that warrants further exploration. According to Lucy Lim, a planetary scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, the team's previous analyses utilizing the Alpha Particle X-ray Spectrometer APXS and ChemCam revealed a transition from a layered sulfate formation, but the precise mineral composition remains elusive. As we've often seen before on Mars, the same chemical elements can crystallize into a number of different mineral assemblages, Lim explained. This intricacy highlights the challenge of decoding the geological history embedded within the Martian rocks. At the heart of this sampling campaign is the ChemCam instrument aboard Curiosity, which employs X-ray diffraction to identify minerals within powdered samples. However, the rover's initial attempts to find a suitable drilling site were thwarted by the rocky terrain, which proved either too fractured or cluttered with debris. As a result, the team is preparing to maneuver Curiosity to a more promising location to conduct a drill preload test, an essential step prior to collecting the sample. While the team awaits the opportunity to drill, Curiosity is not idling. The rover continues to gather valuable data to ascertain the range of compositions present in the rock layer. For instance, measurements were taken at various target sites including Holcomb Valley and Santa Isabel Valley, employing techniques such as dust removal, APXS analysis and imaging to further investigate the geological features. Notably, a series of long-distance ChemCam remote imaging mosaics were planned to capture the boxwork structures observed in the distance. The ongoing research has significant implications for our understanding of Mars's geological past and its potential for harboring life. As Lim noted, the mineral data obtained from these rocks will provide crucial insights into the history of the Martian surface, potentially uncovering new leads about the planet's habitability. In parallel developments, recent studies have shifted the scientific community's understanding of certain features on Mars. For example, dark streaks previously thought to be caused by flowing water have now been attributed to wind and dust. A machine learning algorithm analyzed 86,000 satellite images mapping 500,000 streak features, revealing that these formations are most likely the result of dust dynamics rather than aqueous activity. Dumas Valentinas, a planetary scientist involved in the study, emphasized the importance of this big data approach in refining our hypotheses about Mars's environment. As the Curiosity rover continues its exploration, its findings will not only enhance our geological knowledge of Mars but also inform future missions aimed at uncovering signs of ancient life. The coming weeks are poised to be crucial as the rover moves to acquire the much-anticipated drill sample. And scientists remain eager to discover what secrets these Martian rocks hold. The dynamic interplay of technology and exploration continues to illuminate the red planet, paving the way for deeper insights into its storied past and the ongoing quest for understanding life beyond Earth. In a remarkable leap for lunar exploration, researchers from New Mexico State University NMSU and the Apache Point Observatory APO have successfully detected a new laser reflector on the Moon with unprecedented precision, marking a significant advancement in space geodesy. This achievement, accomplished as part of NASA's Lunar Laser Ranging Operations program, allows for distance measurements to the Moon with an accuracy of within just 1 millimeter, equivalent to the thickness of a single penny. The groundbreaking work was facilitated by the 3.5-meter telescope at APO in Sunspot, New Mexico. Nancy Chonover, a professor of astronomy at NMSU, expressed her astonishment at the capability to measure such vast distances with such pinpoint accuracy. "It's just mind-boggling to me that we can measure the distance to an object on the Moon to within 1 millimeter, Chonover stated. "I hope that people understand what a technological achievement that is." This project was catalyzed by the successful landing of Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost Mission 1 on March 2, 2025, which delivered the next-generation lunar retroreflector to the lunar surface as part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative. This newly designed reflective device mounted on the lander's antenna arm complements the retroreflectors previously deployed by Apollo astronauts, enhancing the capability to measure lunar distances accurately. Following its identification on March 20, the new retroreflector has been a focal point for the Apache Point team, which now fires a laser at the Moon approximately 3 times a week. The implications of these measurements extend beyond mere curiosity. They provide essential insights into the Moon's orbit, its interior structure, and fundamental gravitational properties. As Bill Ketzebach, Director of Operations at APO, explained, the high precision of these measurements, around 10 times more accurate than other stations, has significant ramifications for future lunar missions. Finding this reflector from this distance is quite challenging, Ketzebach noted, highlighting the dynamic nature of the Earth and Moon as they move through space. The precision achieved by the NMSU team stems from their ability to detect multiple reflected laser photons per pulse, a technique that sets them apart from other lunar laser ranging efforts. Russet McMillan, Night Operations Manager for the telescope, described the scale of this operation, stating, "Our laser pulses 20 times a second. And each time it sends out about 1,017 photons towards the Moon." Despite the vast distance, nearly 240,000 miles, this approach allows for highly accurate reflections back to Earth. As part of the ongoing efforts to further enhance lunar research, the team at Apache Point plans to continue ranging to this new retroreflector along with several others left by past missions. Additionally, they anticipate delivering another retroreflector to the Moon by late 2025 or early 2026, with plans for even more in subsequent years. We want to keep acquiring measurements to build up the long-time baseline necessary for studies of the lunar interior and orbit, Chanover added, emphasizing their commitment to ongoing advancements in lunar exploration technology. In parallel to this research, the competitive landscape for lunar exploration is heating up, evidenced by the recent activities of private companies such as Japan's Space. Following a crash landing in 2023, Space is poised to attempt a successful moon landing with its Resilience lander carrying a mini rover designed for lunar exploration. This development illustrates the growing intersection of commercial interest and scientific research in space as private entities increasingly join the ranks of traditional governmental space programs. As the race to explore and understand the Moon accelerates, the combined efforts of academic institutions, government agencies, and private companies signal a transformative era in space exploration. The technological advancements achieved by teams like those at NMSU not only enhance our understanding of the lunar environment but also pave the way for future missions, including potential human landings on the Moon and beyond. With continued innovations and collaborations, the coming years promise to be pivotal in humanity's quest to explore our celestial neighbor.